The federal government has allocated 3 billion naira to establish a presidential support group, PSG, to bolster Nigeria's bid for a 2026 FIFA World Cup place. With President Bola Tinubu's approval, this initiative aims to revive the Super Eagles flagging qualification campaign for the tournament, which will be co-hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The Eagles currently sit 5th in their 16 group, having with just 3 points from 4 matches, and facing the prospect of missing back-to-back FIFA World Cups. The PSG will provide resources, administrative backing, and strategic support to reinvigorate the team. And funds will cover things like training camps, international friendlies, and a foreign coach's salary, including logistical needs, and ensuring that the Super Eagles are well prepared to prosecute the crucial qualifiers ahead. Well, joining us now is a very good friend of ours, Editor Obadino. He's the editor of sportintel.ng. Editor, thank you so much for joining us tonight or here on Game On. I'm sure you are definitely pretty much around back then in 2022 when we had something like this in a similar guise, the presidential task force that was set up to ensure that Nigeria qualified. Was it for the 2010 FIFA World Cup? Yeah, 2010 FIFA World Cup. Now, we know how all that panned out, but is this necessary?
It's a Nigerian thing. You see, because it's FIFA only say football should not mix with politics, but here the football sometimes you try to use it to score a general point by politicians, and once most times when you have a new government or a government that is trying to show that they are performing, they try to step up in terms of funding. I can tell you for a fact that funding has been a problem for Nigerian football, for Nigerian sports in general, if we extend it to that. So sometimes that is why we need this sudden intervention like they did with the Honorable Rotimi Amechi-led presidential task force in 2010 when we were flailing during our qualification process for the 2010 World Cup. We knew how that panned out at the end of the day. Yes, we qualified, but it gave us more problems, more questions than answer afterwards, the crisis that sort of engulfed the Nigerian football. So for me, it's because the government is trying to make up for their shortfalls in terms of budgeting and financing. We've been hearing stories about finance issues, stories about fleeting in out from the Super Eagles camp, about players, maybe they are being held, they are not being held. We do not have the official comment from the NFL for any of the players on that, but that's what is happening. And so putting out 3 billion means they don't have to go cap in hand to the federal government whenever they are stuck. Their budget for 2024, if you ask me, is nothing to write home about. If you are taking out the salary, the wages and salary for staff of the NFF, and then you look at the number of competitions that we attend yearly, then it becomes a problem. While it is not fashionable for us to always have this committee coming in at the last minute where we are struggling like this, it's just government's way of showing that they care after failing football. Okay,
Editor, the question I asked you was, is this necessary? Now, the next question I have to ask you is, can it work? Can PSG take us to Khan Meksusa?
I'm not going like that. The PSG is not the problem of the national team. Coaching is the problem. So for me, it's not necessary.
But they provided new money to also sign a new coach now.
It's like there's someone...
Not confirmed yet. Not confirmed. It's not official. As long as it's not official, as much as we can speculate and talk about inside sources and everything, as long as we do not have it stated and been signed and sealed and the coach is down there preparing, we start hearing his philosophy and plan for the Super Eagles, that will give us confidence that there will be a turnaround in the World Cup qualifying series. We have not solved the coaching problem that we've had. They've changed. I mean, this should be the third coach for this one qualification series. So that's where the problem is, not the PSG.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a shame that we didn't get you quickly on as quickly as possible. But guys, very quickly, I need to get your take. We're running out of time. Your Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, presidential support.
Even since QSI took over PSG, they've not won the Champions League.
Okay, very quickly. Is it necessary? Can it work? Very quickly.
It's not necessary. It's just another way of siphoning money. That's the truth.
First Transport Limited. Okay, sorry.
If they work as a complementary body and not as competitors to the Nigerian Football Federation, because usually what happens with bodies like this from experience is that they now begin to try to share the limelight to the Nigerian Football Federation.
Exactly.
And then make promises to the players that
are difficult to keep. And this budget is specifically for the World Cup competition.
We've done it before. Even when it succeeds, it now leaves us with more problems than successes.
It's always an ego problem.
So, absolutely. Okay. So if it is going to be a complementary body, it provides direct access to the presidency, no problem with that. But if it is going to be a competitor and try to take the shine and with the National Sports Commission and the NFF,
then it's pretty much unnecessary. Okay,
but we have to go.
Editor Badino, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a shame that we didn't get you on as quickly as possible, but we're very grateful for your time. Thank you so much, Editor. We'll be having you more on Game On in the subsequent weeks, and also thank you, Tony Bitoye, for coming through, and also Wale Adigun as well for coming through. Merry Christmas to you guys. Merry Christmas.
And it was actually my birthday mate.
Oh, really? Oh,
wow. We share the same day.
Okay, happy birthday, to you.
We found out some years back, so we are birthday mates.